Just what the heck is going on with Mantra, and could a similar fate befall other crypto projects? So, as you're probably all aware, on the 13th of April, Mantra's OM token suddenly plunged by around 90%, wiping out billions of dollars in value and leading to a whole load of speculation about who was responsible for the crash. And a lot of this speculation centered on the Mantra team, project insiders, and maybe even market makers for the OM token. Many believed that one or maybe all of these entities was responsible for dumping OM on the market and therefore crashing its price for whatever reason. It should also be pointed out that there were a lot of questions flying around about Mantra, especially regarding OM's tokenomics, and also anger around its recent airdrop campaign, which seems to have mightily pissed off a few members of the Mantra community. Now, for his part, the project's CEO, JP Mullen, has been very visible over the past 48 hours or so, appearing in a number of interviews and X spaces trying to unpack what has been going on. And he believes that the crash was caused by the liquidation of positions on centralized exchanges that were using OM as collateral. However, in a more recent interview with renowned YouTuber CoffeeZilla, the rather thorny question of over-the-counter or OTC deals was raised. Now, if you're not familiar, OTC deals are something that are very common in crypto. Basically, a project will take a number of tokens and sell them, usually at a fairly significant discount, to investors over the counter or basically in private. Now, these deals are usually subject to what's known as a vesting schedule, meaning that the investor can't get their hands on the tokens straight away, but instead they will vest to them over a period of months or even years. And JP Mullen argues that any OTC participants in OM sales are subject to this vesting, so shouldn't be able to access their tokens. However, what the interview did highlight is that the crypto market is in a bit of a grey area in regards to OTC deals, and also questions around low liquidity and the use of a project's tokens as collateral. Mullen was also forced to admit that the Mantra team had used the proceeds of some previous OTC deals to buy back the OM token, which many would argue is market manipulation. Now, the investigation into what happened is still ongoing, and I do recommend watching that CoffeeZilla interview because it is very revealing about some of the shadier practices that go on in the crypto industry. Now, as to the question of whether this fate could befall other crypto projects in the future, well, as I said, OTC deals like this are fairly common, and if those tokens don't have long enough vesting schedules, then there is the possibility for OTC participants to dump their tokens on the market. We'll have to see exactly what happens in the Mantra saga over the coming days and weeks, but there are some serious questions being raised about practices in the crypto market.